And this just out. We just published it last week for October 2021. We did the study all over again. 1,295 B2B sales professionals said, 69% of them said, getting the first conversation is still the hardest. So the cold call is rough, man. And we got to be thinking about the entire omni-channel and how we engage with the buyer, with bringing the right insights, with the right hyper personalization to that call. So what I'm going to be looking for today is how do you get me into that discussion? How quickly do you get me into that discussion? Because you've got usually less than 30 seconds, more like 7 to 15 seconds to be able to reel me in. Looking at the hyper personalization, PVC, personalization, value, call to action. Make sure in that value statement, you know what your business problem is. That's what I care about. I don't care about you at all. I just care about, can you solve a business problem? And then I care about you afterwards.
You did mention, though, that you do have some questions or at least some concerns or experienced problems with scaling pre-sales. Is that correct? Because that's really the focus of the call. I wanted to understand that there's some overlap in what we do and some of the problems you might see on the scaling pre-sales side. Yeah, so imagine if you have, let's say it's 50%. If you have 50% unqualified demos, how much time is being wasted just trying to get to the right people at the right time so you can move deals forward? And what would happen if you could dramatically decrease that amount of waste to less than 5%?
Oh, that would be phenomenal. It's criminal. It's criminal to not hyper-personalize each and every call. I'm not saying you can't use a dialer, but you better make sure you're pausing in between before you go to the next call. And the data is so overwhelmingly evident in terms of what our buyers are going through right now on the amount of information that's hitting them, that we have to think about as sellers, how to get our message across. Marketing emails are up 62%, virtual events 1,000%, sales calls by 28%, ad spend by 22%, 40.2 billion more emails were sent in the last 365 days. For goodness sakes, you better figure out a way to how to hyper-personalize to stand out from the crowd.
Gotcha. Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure if you're familiar with John Barrows or JB Sales Training. They're actually very big into, pushing reels and TikToks on these video platforms. Do you have any thoughts on how you might compare to a similar training organization like JB Sales?
I'm sorry, what company did you say you were from again?
I'm calling with Elvita Media. We're a digital media marketing company. Well, If I were to set up a call maybe in a couple of weeks to share a little bit more of how building an audience on those platforms could yield just a larger brand awareness, would it make sense to chat a little bit more?
Why don't you send me an email and I can get it over to our marketing director who can spend some time talking to you.
I know your PVC framework leads with personalization. Marketers tend to want to expand on mass market versus get hyper-personalized. So these are some areas where our framework and our product can help you in improve engagement and reach more buyers and not burn through leads. Is any of this resonating with you, by the way? Yeah, I got you, Mario. I mean, when someone tells me to send them an email, it's a polite way of telling me to kick rocks. Is that what's going on here, or are you genuinely interested?
You mentioned speed to lead was an issue, right? So as much as we all wish that BDRs and SDRs could be doing their work in the perfect way, sometimes things fall through the cracks and they aren't able to follow up as quickly as we'd like. But if the meeting is already set on everyone's calendar and they know when they're going to meet with a prospect and how, it could actually increase the revenue you make from your contact form. Does that sound like something that could be of interest to you?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Hey, do you got any time in the upcoming weeks? I would love to schedule a call with you to show you how we can increase your revenue from that contact form by 60 to 70%.
The key for as a prospector is you got to listen. If you have two specific, very unique business problems that you solve for, and you mention both of them, and someone hones in on one, laser focus in on that one. For Adrian did a really good job as he didn't let me off the hook on that one, right? And you got to make sure you go in for that appointment close. So that's the first thing is I got turned off. And then it was a long explanation of what you did. You got to get right into immediately, what's the business problem that you solve?
Yep.
If I don't have those two business problems, ladies and gentlemen listening in, then you don't want to talk to me. But man, the moment that you stand up is the moment that you bring that energy back into your body, your lungs expand, everything about your demeanor transforms. So guys, when you're talking to your sales reps, are they standing up from home?